Live from our Jackson Studios. Live from the Midtown Jackson Studio and live from well into Deep 13. This is Lasco Cafe on Spreaker with the animalistic Jay the Brain Man, the animalistic Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and the pause for consideration, Steve the Baxman Baxley. I'm Franklin Pangborn, your announcer, with Morgul as the friendly drone. Let's go to the cafe and find out what's going on and join the guys on a whole crowd. It's Lasco Cafe on Spreaker.
I know it's been a while, so here we go. Welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. That's right, we're back. It's the first show, last call of 2022. No tech problems, we hope. I'm Steve, your host. Welcome. And alongside me, as always, are the following. Ladies and gentlemen, the gamer's best friend. He is the wild one, the wizard, Matthew Nichols.
Sup, everyone.
And, of course, what would this show be without the brain? It would be boring. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the one, the only.
Jay the Brain Man, the world's smartest radio 2011. And by the way, Matt, is it true that you are now owned by Microsoft as well?
No.
I was asking Matt, not you, Steve.
Oh.
As far as I know, I'm not owned by Microsoft.
Yes, sir. I thought you were part of the Activision Blizzard King stuff. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yes, we got a lot to talk about today in the gaming. And the General has a little preview for us. Mon General, what you got for us? Well, they say all good things must come to an end. But I'm glad my segment isn't, because thank you to some, well, let's put it this way, the Belch. It's going to be perfect for a revived cable network. I'll have all that and more on the Insidious Belch of the Week. Right now, back to you guys. Okay, thank you, General. And hey, Jimmy and Jimmy, how y'all doing? And this is the program that turns your mind into mush or feng shui's it into something even better, like an 1892 Forest Grove French duplex. Anyway, you know how we do this show. We give you the first segment, which just happens to be a brainwave. And, oh, Jay, what's on your mind this week?
It's been so long I forget how to do this. Hold on.
Go for it.
Yeah, Steve, this is Gilbert Gottfried saying you couldn't even wipe my ass, let alone do a half decent imitation of me. Okay?
There you go, I think. Late episode.
Okay.
Where's the timesheet?
Gilbert always lends us a hand every time we need him. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, it is a moment that we all been waiting for. Mr. Franklin Pangborn steps up to the microphone and says, "It's time now for Gamer News with the gamer's best friend, Matthew Nichols." Gamer News is presented by Pluto TV. Tune in, turn on, strap in, strap on. It's free. Hundreds of channels for zeros of dollars, including channels for gamers and animators. Now, for the latest gamer news, here's the wizard, Matthew Nichols.
This week on Gamer News, well, as stated earlier, Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard for over $1 billion.
Hold on. Oh, it was a little more than $1 billion. How about almost $70 billion?
Yep, over $70 billion.
Wow.
We don't even get paid that much.
Yep, and Bobby, what's his face, is going to be out of Activision next year. Thank goodness.
Yay. Maybe we'll get some better games.
Yeah, if you don't know who Bobby is, well, long story short, he's kind of the reason why all the people at Activision Blizzard's employees are being treated like garbage for years.
Ooh.
Yeah. Other gaming news, well, we had a gameplay trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and it's going to be coming out March 25th. We managed to... Okay. For a bit more gaming news, yeah. Monster Hunter Rise is finally on PC, and it's been doing pretty well on Twitch. Like, a lot of people are enjoying the PC port of Monster Hunter Rise. And that's pretty much it for gamer news.
And that's Gamer News for this week. Sponsored in part by Pluto TV. Tune in, turn on, strap in, strap on. It's free. Hundreds of channels for zeros of dollars, including channels for the gamer and animator in all of us. I'm Franklin Pangborn. Maxman, it's all up to you. All right, thank you very much, Franklin. And, wow. We are tripling right along. Now, you're all probably wondering, where's all the comedy clips? Well, the comedy clips are coming back. We just got to find a way to... I found a way to get them on the old-fashioned way. Let's see. I'll try a little trick on Monday and see if we can do it that way, and that is usually send them to our producer, and hopefully it'll work. I'm crossing my fingers and half of my body parts for that. Excuse. Well, right now, we haven't done this in a long time. Let's give you a little bit of weird news. He says as he belches. All right, time now for some weird, wacky, and understated news. And, let's see, what we got here? Oh, boy. Whoa. Come on, give us some. All right, here we go. Okay, let's get something good. Okay, there we go. Okay, no, yes, no, not that. Let's go with that. Odd, bizarre, and incredibly weird news from around the world and up your adenoids. Here we go. Stephanie Matto sold her jarred flatulence for $1,000 apiece and made over $200,000 in her 2-month venture while subsisting on a diet of yogurt, eggs, and beans, and ended up in a hospital when she thought she was having a heart attack. That's right, she's an influencer, YouTuber, author, and former star of TLC's 90 Day Fiancé. But she recently launched a new business venture after realizing demand was high for a rather unorthodox product. Last November, she found lucrative part-time work bottling and selling her own farts until things went terribly wrong. For 2 months, she spent her days farting into glass jars with flower petals adorning the inside and shipping them to fans. Remarkably, Matto was making $50,000 per week in December through fart sales alone, and eventually sold more than $200,000 worth of farts worldwide through the adult website Ulfiltered. Ulfiltered. ULFILTRD. But in January of last year, Matto was hospitalized for what she thought was a heart attack, but turned out to be a dangerous buildup of gas inside her body from her flatulence-inducing diet, and now she says her fart-selling days are behind her. Oh, boy. Okay, let's skip over to the obvious. Moto had nonetheless done well to use her recognition to further her fame in business endeavors. In addition to her 363,000 YouTube subscribers, presence on Instagram and TikTok, she's written books and founded the adult site Unfiltered, which spurred another career entirely. After Matto received a fan request on her new site for a jarred fart for $1,000 in November, she realized there was money to be made. According to IFL Science, she began regularly satisfying these requests and even offering discounts during the holiday season. That's right, folks. At Christmas time, you too can have Christmas smell like farts. Ah, yes. Instead of having your tree smell of pine, you can have the tree smell of poo. Well, anyway. At one point, she sold 97 jars over 2 days. In December 2020, she told BuzzFeed, "I think my main motivation was money, but I also thought it'd be a hilarious publicity move that would get a lot of people's attention. And it has definitely worked. My own adult-friendly platform these past few months has made me very aware of the different types of niches and markets that are out there," end quote. However, she was ultimately accountable for demand and changed her diet to satisfy it. As she detailed in an Instagram video, she almost exclusively ate beans, eggs, and protein muffins. One day, she had 3 protein shakes and a large bowl of black bean soup merely to produce the gas she needed. As luck would have it, once I put the jars up for sale, they began to sell like hotcakes. I honestly could not believe the demand. I think a lot of people have this fetish in secret. I began this venture by eating mostly protein muffin shakes and also hard-boiled eggs. But then, while most of the world was celebrating the new year, she had checked herself in the hospital when her lifestyle became unsustainable. According to In Touch Weekly, the incident in early 2022, January, began with chest pains that resulted in anxiety attacks and ended in retirement. Why does this remind me of a Ren and Stimpy episode where Ren and Stimpy and their big brother were selling Stimpy's cat hairballs. Anyway, the physicians urged Maddow to change her diet and prescribed her medication to suppress her gas. The world caught wind of this on January 4th at the 31-year-old announced she would no longer be farting into jars and shipping them across the country. But even so, Stephanie Maddow remains generous. She plans to donate a portion of her income to a charity that focuses on gastric disorders and resourceful, intending to pivot to selling digital NFTs of farts instead of real whiffs. It actually comes at a good time because the fart business was both physically and mentally exhausting. And I'm refocusing my efforts on my fart jar NFT project as well as a build-a-brand business course for girls. Maddow said, "There's a lot still for me to do in this world, and I'm glad I'm not stopping anytime soon. NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, allow for ownership over digital content secured by the same Ethereum blockchain that protects emerging cryptocurrencies. Maddow has entered a controversial new market where she might find a whole new base of clients. While many skeptics believe NFTs to be nothing but hot air, Stephanie Maddow appears to be in luck, as that's all she's been selling anyways. Good luck. I say good luck to her, damn it. Good luck. Let's see, we got a couple more, and then, Mon General, you get to do your thing. Let's see. Here we go. The bizarre story behind the real-life Ken and Barbie and why they became dolls. Here we go. Like it or not, Barbie and Ken's exaggerated proportions have shaped popular conceptions of physical beauty for decades. This has led some to go to extreme lengths to turn themselves into human dolls or even the real-life Barbie and Ken. Two such people, you're going to love this, are Valerie Lukianova and Justin Jelika. Though they're famous for looking like the doll couple, they're far from the picture-perfect pair. In fact, with their opposing personalities, the real-life Ken and Barbie have an ongoing feud. Now, Valeria, the woman who the press has dubbed the human Barbie, was born in 1985 in Tiraspol, Moldova, a mostly forgotten remnant of the Soviet Union. She is currently a Ukrainian model and uses her appearance to promote her ideas about spirituality and mysticism. She may resemble a doll more than an actual human, but she claims she never set out to look like the iconic blonde Barbie. Instead, she simply wants to look beautiful, feminine, and refined. It just so happens that's the image that dolls are made in as well. However, she admits to loving Barbie as a child. You may think that plastic surgery and cosmetic enhancement are a large part of her signature look, but she claims to have only had breast augmentation. She rails against people who spread rumors that she's had her ribs removed in order to achieve her impossibly tiny waistline. Yeah. She once said her goal was to become a breatharian and exist on air and sunlight alone. And this woman's from Moldova. It must be said here that no one should actually attempt this. You'll actually die. She also believes in astral projection and claims she is actually an alien, being herself. Once she said in a Vice documentary that she was a famous king and a spiritual in a past life. She's definitely a pulling character. She also came under fire recently for some comments she made regarding people who are of mixed race. She is against feminism and does not want children. Most people have killed to fulfill their own ambitions, not to give anything. They don't think about what they can give the child, what they can teach her. They just try to shape her according to some weird script, whatever they couldn't do in life. Now, here's something from on Justin Jedlicka. He's from Poughkeepsie, New York, was born in 1980. He's been dubbed the Human Ken Doll. There's a joke I want to use here, but I think Jay and Matt know the joke. Justin is what some call a plastic surgery enthusiast. He's had rhinoplasty, chest, bicep, tricep, and shoulder implants, brow lifts, cheek augmentations, which cheeks, subpectoral implants, gluteoplasty, and lip augmentations. I'm afraid to ask if, let's continue. He has had estimated 780 cosmetic procedures, spending over $800,000. Becoming what he sees as the best version of himself happens to be the trim, chiseled look that is the hallmark of the Ken doll. There's also something called being smooth as. If you know what I mean, I think you do. He said, in some aspects, people assume that this is like the pursuit of perfection, that Ken is the optimal form of how a male should look, right? And it all sort of revolves around looks and superficiality. I think that title is typical what people take away from it, but I wouldn't say that is something I strive for in my life. Nevertheless, to say that there will always be trolls, like people ask if he is an anatomical match with Ken in terms of his famous non-existent genitals, Justin says, actually, I wish it was striking on the ground like anime. I don't have a problem using myself as a guinea pig. When I go into doctors, I don't say I go in for consultations anymore because really I go into pitch. Sadly, tragedy befell Justin's family in 2019 when his brother Jordan passed away in prison at the age of 32. He was serving a 19-month sentence for breaking and entering. Authorities found him unresponsive in his cell, and he later passed. The family thinks foul play is involved. Valerie and Justin met in February 2013 for a TV appearance, and sparks flew enough to start a fiery feud. That is, the Human Ken doll blasted her, saying that she, quote, presents herself as a real-life Barbie doll, but she is nothing more than an illusion who dresses like a drag queen. Okay. Prior to meeting her, Justin said that he appreciated that Valeria was beautiful, but added, it appears to me that much of her look is added makeup, fake hair, and slimming corsets. As soon as you wipe away all that makeup, she's just a plain Jane. For her part, Valerie said he would do better not to comment on who is plastic and who is not. I think he's a handsome man, but he overdid his lips. I think he must have underdid something else, but we won't go there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your weird news from around the world for this week. Thank the goodness. Sponsored not by Mattel. Oh, man. Anyone wants to be a real-life Human Ken doll, please remember, Ken isn't atomically correct. And I guess you could say Barbie's had more facelifts than, well, any Hollywood actress. Ooh, we went there, did we? Yes, we did. It is time now. Finally, on the hook. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, to right the wrongs. And I'm reading your script, Hangborn. Do it. It's time now to right the wrongs. And to see the wrongdoers get just what they deserve. It's time for the Insidious Belch of the Week, presented by Scope, the mouthwash that makes your mouth minty fresh, not medicine-y. And now here he is, General Big Jimmy, Billy Bobo Schwartz, First Lieutenant Jimmy, and Corporal Jimmy, his brother. Guys, how are you? Well, thank you very much. I wish we had the sound effects back, but it's obvious, Baxman, you didn't pay the batteries. Anyway.
Wait, the sound effects had batteries? What kind of batteries?
I think they were AA. I'm not sure, but what have you got, son? There we go. Well, just a little applause. That's all right. Hope the rest of the effects work. Anyway, I do have well, let's just do it this way. Our target for tonight is a young lady by the name of Frosk. Whoa, you mean, yes? As you know, G4 is back on the air. For some of you, they're on the streaming sites of your local cable company on channel 1423, I do believe. They have not yet been put on physical cable. And Frosk decided to use XPlay to not only rant, but to expose that unlike the G4 we all know and grew up with, this one is run by a bunch of morons. You see, she finally exposed the big secret that her fellow host, and Adam Sessler, they don't play the games. They have producers that do, and they read from a script. Now, in the old days, they played the games, and they didn't read from a script. And then she decided to violate the sacred rule of all television. Thou shalt not eviscerate your fan base, especially your loyal fan base, thinking that the fan base would sexualize the co-hosts like Olivia Munn, among others, like that Sarah Jane Underwood and Morgan Webb. Well, these ladies, granted, yes, they were sexually enticing, but they also knew their stuff because they were gamers as well.
Yup.
They knew their gaming. And as for Adam, well, oh boy, hasn't been the same since the show went off the air. So we'll cut him a little slack, just a tiny bit of slack. But to Frosk, you may have quite possibly blown up any chances of G4 getting major coin from some big-time advertisers to get back on the cable side of things.
On top of that, they've been losing followers and subscribers left and right ever since this incident. And heck, and not to mention, it's affecting the co-hosts as well, like the completionists, as they are also losing subscribers just for being a part of G4.
Yes, and recently, G4 had a YouTube channel that allowed comments. Now you have to be subscribed to their channel for 4 weeks to a month before you comment.
And not to mention, been banning users left and right.
And, by the way, just to clarify one thing, everybody is blaming NBC Universal. That was the old G4 owner. The new G4 owner is a entertainment and sports complex company, a subsidiary of Comcast called Comcast Spectacor. They own a gamer arena called Fusion and a team, besides hockey teams in the NHL and minor leagues, they also own a esports team called the Fusion. So, to Frosk, we give you the belt. Now, Corporal Jimmy, what did we give the Beltratron 2000 this time?
But since this is gaming related, we're talking G4, we're giving it the gamers fuel, like Mountain Dew and Doritos and Pizza Hut.
Ooh. Let's hope there are no crazy people wanting to, shall we say, sell those thoughts. Okay, when ready?
Sir, can I do this?
Yes, you may, First Lieutenant Jimmy.
Well, thank you very much.
When ready? Fire!
Wow. I talk about a fart. Boy, that belch was a stinker.
If I were G4, or the people running G4, I would probably fire her and Adam as soon as possible before G4's reputation gets even more tarnished than it already is.
Yeah, I agree with that because so far the only live thing they've had recently was the Dungeons and Dragons party that they have. Don't ask. Trust me. General, is that it? Yep, that's it. Boys, let's go to the Dairy Queen and get loaded on ice cream. My treat. We'll get some blizzards.
Oh boy, they also, in case any of you guys don't know, me, Tommy Super, has a Twitch channel. I haven't used it much. I only did like one live stream of SpongeBob SquarePants, but yes, I'm on Twitch now.
Ooh, that's even better.
And speaking of Twitch, we actually found Jay the Brain Man's Twitch channel. Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Don't know when he's gonna stream though.
Well, if I know the brain, he'll stream when he can. Whatever he'll stream something good, if not totally creative. Right, Brain?
Something.
Okay. Well, hey, let's start. And I'll be on Twitch as well, streaming something in about a couple of weeks. So
yeah, I'm still waiting for your debut.
So am I. I'm thinking strongly more than ever to download OBS.
Yeah, good idea.
Because if I do Streamlabs, that's going to be a little I need something simple, and it looks like OBS is about as simple as you can get. Anyway, General, thank you very much as always. You have a parting remark for us? Yes, I do. If you do something bad, remember, you will feel the force of the belch. Boys, come on. Dairy Queen's 24 hours. Let's see if we can't scope out a bunch of blizzards. Bye-bye, boys. See you next week.
Yes, sir. Oh, I can't wait. I've always wanted to try a double chocolate single vanilla blizzard.
Make it do.
Oh, yes. Bye, guys. All right, there they go off in there. Whoa, Bentley, how nice.
What kind of car was that the general was driving?
I think that was part Bentley and part Isuzu. Oh, wait a minute. It's a Subaru. It's a Subaru van. It had 3 dogs driving it. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for this little show of shows. It's great to be back, and we'll be back next Sunday at around this time to give you some fun, some thrills, and something to think about. So until then, guys, you got any final words of wisdom?
Nope.
Mac?
Well, I hope G4 remembers what they were. TV for gamers.
Indeed. Geeks, gamers, and anime fans, and pop culturists. Anyway, that's really going to wrap it up for us. And here we go at the new closing. He's the brave. He's the wizard. I am the Maxman. Cuckoo Kachu. Till next week, this has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with Brainwave Entertainment. Gamer News produced by Wizard World Productions. That's it. We'll see you all next week, everybody. Have a good day.